It's good to be back. First and foremost, apologies for no midweek. Spoilers, I was busy working in Sweden. And unfortunately, I couldn't spoil yesterday's matches either. But I did give you guys hints. I mean, if you couldn't figure out that Amoran's United were going to lose again, and Seville, of course, would beat Spurs, then I can't help you much. You know what I mean? That's just basic knowledge. But of course, I'm here for the penultimate match day, I suppose. Although in many leagues, or in some leagues, including the one we're looking at, it is the final match day. And I do want to start in Germany because the final match day of the Bundesliga. There's a couple of matches I'm keeping an eye on. A Bundesliga Champions League race. Here are the permutations. Dortmund have to win by 2 or more goals. It's in their hands, but in order to guarantee Champions League football, they need to win by 2 or more. Then it could end up becoming a straight shootout between Frankfurt and Freiburg, who happen to be going head to head. Listen, let's start with Dortmund. We know the choke gene. We know the last time they went into a match day needing the final match day, needing a result. We know what happened in 2023. They're up against Holstein Klein, who have got goals in them, but they also concede plenty. Dortmund should be able to secure the 2+ goal victory that they need. Dortmund minus 1.5. I'm going both teams to score. Dortmund 3, Holstein Klein 1, minus 1.5 for Dortmund. They'll get the job done. They will be playing Champions League football next season. In the other one, this is fascinating because they're going to start cagey, because they're going to be kind of waiting news from Dortmund what's happening. Because a draw, of course, will send both through if Dortmund don't win. Then, after a while, as the goals start coming in from Dortmund, the pressure is completely on Freiburg. A draw is enough for Frankfurt to guarantee themselves Champions League football. And this is the thing. Once the game opens up, it benefits Frankfurt. If Freiburg try to go toe-to-toe, Frankfurt will hit them on the counter-attack. Frankfurt will win this football match. Freiburg 1, Frankfurt 2. We'll make Chike Aka for the whole Bundesliga match, but that's for the stream later on. Then, of course, I went immediately to the FA Cup final in Wembley. This one is very, very tough because 10 matches in total I have analyzed. Had plenty of time on the plane. This was the toughest of them all. This, without doubt. The reason being is, these are two teams who, with Manchester City recently, they seem to prioritize not conceding a goal first and foremost. They seem to be lacking that firepower to be able to score at will. But of course, Haaland is back, but didn't really change much for in the game against Southampton. Whereas Palace look to me at the moment like they have a clear structure. They have a clear starting 11. With Manchester City, we don't exactly know what their best team is. I'll be very surprised if Marmoush doesn't start, considering he was benched against Southampton. And of course, Pep has been playing this 5 midfielders in the same team lineup. According to this, it doesn't look like that will be the case. You got to go with heritage. You got to go with City at Wembley. You got to keep that in mind. I don't think City will get the job done in 90 minutes. I think this will be Palace 1, Manchester City 1. I'm confident we'll see under 2.5 goals in this game, even though both teams have produced plenty of goals when up against each other. It will be 1-1, and it will be Manchester City winning this via a penalty shootout. We're going all the way in this. And then it comes down to experience and mentality. And with De Bruyne's send-off, I expect City will send him off with an FA Cup. Even at their very worst, Manchester City will still find a way to become champions. Then I went to Super Sunday straight away because that is where all the drama will be happening. Big game here. Haven't fully analyzed it yet, so I will let you know in the stream. I went to Spain, where it is the penultimate weekend. Barcelona have officially become champions of Spain. They're up against Villarreal. In this one, Villarreal need a result to guarantee themselves they'll be playing Champions League football. In all likelihood, they will, but they still need a result. The question here is how much rotation will Barcelona do? According to this, it doesn't seem like Hansi Flick will rest many players. Lewandowski's fighting for the golden boot in Spain. Stylistically, it's a horrific matchup for Villarreal because they've already been smacked by Barcelona in the first game. If the game opens up and they have to try and get a result and they go toe-to-toe, you know what I've told you. You can't beat Barcelona that way. Expect plenty of goals in this. Villarreal most definitely have goals in them. But of course, so do Barcelona. Barcelona 3, Villarreal 2. Over 3.5 goals. Both teams to score locked in. The next game was Sevilla versus Real Madrid that I had a look at. I don't like Sevilla whatsoever this season. I don't fancy them at all. I think they're a poor team. They've been poorly set up. Real Madrid themselves, excluding the Barcelona matches, have looked more reliable defensively. And I do think they'll keep a clean sheet, even with the absentees they have at the back. Mbappe to score, Real Madrid 2-0 away win. Then I went to, I forgot the Arsenal-Newcastle game. Much apologies. The reason I forgot about this is because it will be a completely forgetful game of football. 0-0 between Arsenal and Newcastle. When these two teams play, very often it is no both teams to score. Newcastle have dominated Arsenal this season. Arsenal haven't even scored a single goal against them. I expect the trend to continue, but I wasn't impressed by Newcastle. Remember, look at the table. It will give you hints. For Arsenal and Newcastle, why risk? A draw is fine for both teams. They don't really need to push for a win. Newcastle, sure, they can overtake Arsenal, or they can be overtaken by City. A point is fine. It's not the end of the world. A loss is where it could be devastating. As a result, don't expect a single goal to be scored at the Emirates. Isaac is completely out of form. Like I said, I wasn't impressed whatsoever with Newcastle. It is looking like they're going to come out with a back three like they done against Chelsea here. And of course, Arsenal looking like they are missing players, but we'll have to wait and see until the lineups. And as always, it is subject to change. But the spoiler has gone with Arsenal 0, Newcastle 0. Then, of course, we shifted to the most important finale this weekend. Well, it is a penultimate, but we're heading into that stage. The Serie A match day 37. There's 3 matches here I particularly paid a close eye to. You could say 4. Starting with Inter versus Lazio. Now, both teams need a result because, again, keep an eye on the table. Inter have to win now to put the pressure on Napoli after they crumbled. Games will be being played at the same time. Expect drama, live drama. Lazio, of course, on the same amount of points as Juventus, fighting for a Champions League place. Lazio are missing 2 key players here. Zaccagni, their captain, is suspended. Pellegrini also suspended. Nuno Tavares will not make it back, so they don't have a left back. They have to rotate. Lazzari is in question as well, so keep an eye on the fullbacks for Lazio. That's an area Inter can exploit with Dumfries and DeMarco. No Lautaro Martinez yet for Inter. He is out. But of course, Thuram is in and the rest are in. Inter match up well against Lazio. We've beaten them 6-0 already in one of the games. I'm expecting another clean sheet for Inter. No both teams to score. Inter 2, Lazio 0. Keep an eye and remember this 2-0 scoreline, because as we shift to the Juventus-Udinese game, this is a game where also both teams are missing players. Kepker and Thuram suspended. Kalulu suspended, of course. Savona suspended. For Udinese, however, they're missing their best 2 attackers, which are Luca and Toven. As a result, Juventus should win. It's now in their hands after Roma slipped up. So I do expect Juventus to emerge victorious. Again, 2-0, no both teams to score. Now, all the drama, in all likelihood, will be in the next two matches. One of them, I'm not going to tell you guys the score. I'm so sorry. It's for superstitious reasons. Napoli crumbled against Genoa. If they fail to beat Parma, it will be in Inter's hands should Inter beat Lazio. But I'm not going to say anything. No. Stay calm. No spoilers for me, because when I've said they won't win, they've won. Nothing from me. But keep an eye on Bonnie. That is all I'm going to say. Because he is being heavily linked to Winter. And the last time this has happened was all the way back in 2010, when we ended up getting Pazzini off of Sampdoria, and he went on to score 2 goals against Roma to hand Inter, Mourinho's Inter, the title. Speaking about Roma versus Milan is of course another intriguing game. Milan lost the cup final midweek, ha 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 ha, L, and they're now up against Roma away. For those who know football in Italy, you know how this one's going to go. Roma, it's not in their hands anymore for the Champions League. They're on 63. They're fighting for European spots, as are Milan now. If they want to play Europa League, Milan have to win. And let me tell you something, they will. Milan will emerge victorious. What's the score? Say it with me. Roma 0, Milan 2. I'm very, very concerned about Roma's attack. I do think Milan have more goals in them. Roma had their, 19-match undefeated streak, ended in controversial fashion, mind you. But I just feel like Milan will be able to bounce back from that midweek defeat and emerge victorious in Rome via a Santiago Jimenez double. Then I shifted to the final game, which is a Monday night football game that is, well, in most cases, irrelevant. But it was a very easy game for me to spoil. Liverpool have been completely found out. People will say they're on holiday. That's not true. Mo Salah is sweating, trying to break all the records he possibly can. But the truth is Liverpool Football Club have been completely found out. The good news for the bad news for the others is it's too late. That's the good news for them. It's been too little too late. Brighton will emerge victorious. Brighton will win this one 2-1. Liverpool will suffer defeat yet again, this time at the Amex. Spoiler, Phoenix, Oracle, out.